Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 82 of the Video Games Ahoy Podcast. Yep, I'm your host, Jonathan Radford, and today I'm joined by Daf Gape.
Hello there.
And Zach Hamilton.
Hello.
General Kenobi.
I know, but we did that, and I felt silly because we'd already done it before.
No. I want it all the I want it all the time now. That's it. You've implanted this thing in my brain where I'm gonna get a General Kenobi.
Right. General
Let's
Kenobi.
just do it all again. All right.
No.
General Kenobi. I do genuinely enjoy it. How are you, gents?
Yeah, man.
Doing
Pretty
swell.
cool.
Zach's got a nice hat on.
I have got a nice hat on because I've just come straight from the gym and I'm sweaty.
Which gym? What was it? The Leaf Gym? The Fire Gym? Which?
It was the psychic gym.
The Psychic Gym.
Whoa,
Okay.
Sabrina.
It was tough.
Is it? Wait, is the Psychic Gym Sabrina?
No.
In the first game, it is.
Is it because of the Teenage Witch? I'm assuming.
I think it predates,
No,
or at
yeah, I
least
think
like
it's
is about the same
before
time.
Really? So what you're telling me is that Sabrina the Teenage Witch was clearly influenced by the first Pokemon game.
It's in the same
That
universe.
actually might be right. Wait, I'm gonna look up screen.
Let's stop.
Oh my goodness, they both happened in the same year.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, wait, I have to find out which one came out first.
Wait,
'cause-
Big year
Wait,
for Sabrina's.
Are you telling me that the developers of both sets were psychic? Yes? No?
Yeah,
Maybe not?
I guess so.
don't know. That was
Okay,
a
so
10.
Sabrina Teenage Witch came out in
I'm just going to embrace that
Yeah.
joke, Zach.
We're talking about Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I mean, we've got that feels like record timing and how quickly we've gone off topic, and I am here for it.
Okay. To clarify, Sabrina the Teenage Witch came out in September. Pokemon Red and Green in Japan came out in February.
Well,
So Pokemon was first.
clearly inspired Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Lovely. Well, I'm glad you're both doing well, though. I was just after I said I like your hat, Zach. I was going to say, Dav, I like your jumper. What is on the front of your jumper?
Just a nice, pretty image of sort of a piece of the world with a nice backdrop. It's nice. It's comfy.
Very comfy.
It looks
Very
it.
good.
It does look. Do you know what? One of my favorite things about winter, unless you're Zach Hamilton who wears shorts, and it still blows me away. Honestly, man, whenever I saw you like wearing shorts in Germany, me and Zach were like best buds in Germany, walking around. I had like 10 layers on. Zach was wearing shorts.
Well, I don't know about that. We were okay friends.
Okay, fine. Okay, well, I thought we were best buds.
But
Clearly.
anyway, I'm actually wearing shorts right now.
Woo! Well, if you're listening to this, it's time to get a look.
Whoa.
Time to have a look at
We
yours.
just had
We always expect a bit of skin from Zach.
Yeah, right.
Not that skin.
But yeah, it was very cold, and Zach was wearing shorts. But what I was going to say was, that looks like a very comfy, warm jumper, Tav, and I'm quite envious in many ways. Okay, let's talk about the podcast. Let's do a little chat, and then we'll go into the news. Oh, ACP subscribed.
Right.
Zach, do you know what's going on in my ears right now?
What's going on?
Someone subscribed.
Oh,
Remember that time you sat with your headphones on and you experienced what happens when someone subscribes on my end.
Oh yeah, I should.
That's it, yeah. But thank you, ACP. That is very, very lovely
Hi,
of you.
everyone.
And hello to everyone in chat. It's nice to see you all. Or to see your names, at least. Okay, I was going to say, we're ACP. We're Video Games Ahoy. That's who we are. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Amazon. We're on all of things. We're all over the place. Literally all over the place. And also, I guess, just in general, just messy people. Check us out on YouTube, and like I said, we put the videos out over there, so if you want to see our faces, and if you want to see Zach's legs, then
Yeah.
you just had
Yeah,
a
on
1
YouTube,
second view of those lovely little pins. So
baby.
jump on over to YouTube if you want to see Zach's legs. Yes. Thousands
I also have
will
another
flock.
website for that. If anyone wants to
That's for the late episode. That's the 10 o'clock episode.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what happens there.
Video Games Ahoy after dark.
Zach, I remember a stream where you danced.
Oh
I remember
yeah,
it
I remember
when
streaming Zach
I remember
danced.
it vividly.
I remember that.
We need that happening again.
Yeah, we do.
It's out there, isn't it? Isn't that on the
Oh yeah, it's definitely
trailer?
clipped.
Yeah, there's a clip of it. There was also a clip of me and Daf Gape last week, which I chortled at. And if you want to go on, I'm not going to repeat it because out of context, it's funnier. So just go and see it.
Go back and watch the
Just go,
trailer
yeah,
again.
just go and watch the clip from last week on Twitch when me and Daf Gape were talking
It's
about.
a good episode.
It was that was fun. That
We
was
did a bit
fun.
of pump or dump.
Pump or dump. We did, yeah, pump or dump.
New game, Zach, every 3 months. Pump or dump.
Yeah, it was really simple but really effective.
I don't think I want to play that. I don't know what to do.
We'll see. If you're here on April 1st,
Yeah,
you're
man.
pumping and dumping.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. But yeah, like I said, check us out on YouTube, on Spotify, all those places. We're very easy to find, and also give us a review or a comment because, like, genuinely, we've had a few reviews and a few wrong things. I'm not saying the right things. A few stars gifted to us. We're currently a 5-star show. And I would love to keep that going, gifted by 3 people, and one of them wasn't even me.
Whoa.
Which is crazy. It might have been all 3 of them were Zach on different
Lovely.
accounts.
I'm going to do it right now.
But if you would, that would be lovely. It'd be really nice. We do this for the love of video games and also to see Zach's legs. That's why we do this.
It's mainly for that.
All right, that's it. Gents, should we talk about the news? There's nothing massive today.
Probably.
There's nothing massive. So we'll just have a nice casual meander through the last week of the news. First thing is the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 games have started appearing on the PlayStation 5 store amid suggestion that Sony could unveil further backwards compatibility support for the console. So basically, I'm just going to read a little story. So some people are saying on Twitter that this is just a thing that happens previously, and some people are saying like, nah, this is clear vindication that is this thing is happening. And shut up. Okay, that's what some people are saying. Because obviously it's Twitter, and there needs to be a shut up at the end. Anyway, when viewing a PS3 game on the PS5 store, the listing should direct the player towards the PlayStation Now version of the game. However, Dead or Alive 5 displays a price, $7.99. Other users on social media have reported seeing similar listings for PS3's Bejeweled and Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands, and The Two Thrones, each with their own purchase prices. At the time of publishing, users have been unable to purchase PS3 game for the PS5 store, though these listings could be in error. But interestingly, this is where it gets interesting, Dead or Alive 5 on the PS3 isn't available on PlayStation Now in Europe.
Well.
I don't know how interested that is or how intriguing that is, but it's a thing. It's a truth.
It's definitely pointing towards,
Yes.
I assume, a suggestion that the new PlayStation Game Pass is going to have some backwards compatibility stuff going for it.
Yeah, I sent you a link. Did I send you a link the other day? There's rumors that there's going to be lots of backwards compatibility stuff added to PlayStation 5, which is very cool. And do you know what the best part is? Is that it is genuinely because of Microsoft. Because Microsoft, considering everything they've done with backwards Pony Pass, backwards compatibility stuff, it's good. It's good. We need it. We should be allowed to play our old games. It's fun.
Competition is good.
It is good. It's very good. And also playing old games is also really good. It's really good. Do you guys
what would you play?
Well,
what old PlayStation game are you like, oh, I need to play that
I guess it depends, because I've got Abe's Odyssey, like a PS1 copy of Abe's Odyssey, and I feel like that is a game that I should be able to play, considering it was so integral to the PlayStation 1. That game was huge. Yeah, anything else you'd like to add? Anything you'd be interested in playing? Were you a Sony guy, Dav?
I was a bit of an everything guy.
Okay.
I've always been obsessed with video games, so I remember my fondest Christmas memory is probably getting a PS2.
Nice.
And I got 5 games. And I can only remember 3 of them. One of them was This Is Football 2001.
Classic.
Another one was Red Faction.
Oh,
which is such a good game. And then the other one is the original Ratchet and Clank.
Nice.
Which is just iconic.
Yeah.
If there was a way they could bring up all the old Ratchet and Clanks, that would be really nice. Or just get PS3 games on there that you don't have to stream. You can download and play. Although I will say that I streamed pretty much the entirety of Heavy Rain via PS Now on my PS5 and had barely any problems.
Although the game was garbage.
Oh, the game is utter trash. But yeah,
Still, to get no problems with PS Now is positive.
almost no problem.
Yeah,
almost no problems.
that is good to hear though, because I mean there was a time when it was basically unplayable unless you had a very good internet connection.
And the irony is, I had to stream it because the game downloaded was broken, so I had to delete the game off my hard drive and try and stream it through PS Now for streaming, and it worked. But,
I tell you one thing I'm really interested as well is one of the rumors that's been going around as well is that PSP and what was the other one? Vita, that's the one. PSP and PS Vita games will be added as well. Now that is really cool because there are a lot of games locked on those two consoles that obviously haven't made it beyond those two consoles. Yeah. So I think that is really cool. Like Crisis Core, I think, even though I think it's being remade or re-released, but that is a PSP game and that's a cracker of a game, especially if you're interested in the lore of Final Fantasy VII.
Do you remember that Lord of the Rings game on PSP? It was like turn-based tactical RPG, and it was so good.
I remember Battle for Middle-earth, but that was on my PC many moons ago.
This was literally called the Lord of the Rings Tactics.
Oh, was it really?
Dude, it was such a good game.
Is it like Fire Emblem style game, or was it like?
Yeah,
wow.
a bit closer.
Okay,
and you're playing with like Gandalf and all that lot.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Oh, I'd love to play that again.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, we've heard this rumor so many times that like I don't know, who knows what's gonna happen. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know much more to say than that, other than we could be getting more PlayStation games soon, the old ones at least. Right, let's move on to two stories that are kind of linked, and it's kind of linked. The stories are kind of linked in that they're opposite. Anyway,
okay.
Microsoft has confirmed that it's quietly stopped producing all Xbox One consoles at the end of 2020. They've pretty much stopped focusing on it to focus on production. Sorry, they've stopped creating them to focus on production of the Xbox Series X and S.
Yeah.
Whereas PlayStation have done almost the opposite. Sony has reportedly extended production of the last-gen PlayStation 4 console because it's impossible to make PS5s due to the supply issues and the component constraints. That's according to Bloomberg. Now, I find that really interesting because, and I think one thing we can say about this is the Series S is genius. Like, I think because it's a lot easier to make, it's a lot easier to sell, and apparently it's selling really well. It's so, like, I don't have one, I have the Series X, but, like, I was very tempted by it. My brother has, not my brother, one of my best, he was going to get a Series S. One of my friends, Carl, who often comments on the channel, he has one. He's like, it's great, it's perfect. He plays most of his multiplayer games on that, and it was, 250 quid?
Yeah, it's mad, 250 quid.
So,
and they haven't sold out. They clearly made so many Xbox Series S's. And yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, again, it's interesting because PlayStation 4 is still selling consoles. It is still, I don't know who hasn't bought one by now, but clearly it's still selling. So like,
I haven't.
So there we go. Dap, maybe you're the person that like, right, you've got a PS5. Now, can I interest you in the PS4?
Ooh, tell me more. Can I play PS3 games on it?
Yeah, maybe not yet. Maybe. But yeah, it is really interesting. I mean, it has clearly proved that the Series S was a very, very shrewd move. Even though I love my Series X and I love my PS5 as well. This isn't like me. It's just interesting. It's interesting that they've kind of gone in different ways. I think Microsoft would be happier though. One thing I will say though is, isn't it weird that the Xbox Series 1 sold like 50 million units and it's still considered a flop? Like
the Xbox One?
Yeah, isn't that mad? Like,
yeah.
Like, it sold 5 times as many units as the Wii U. I think it sold more units than the SNES. It sold more than the GameCube, more than...
but those are from... I mean, the Wii U doesn't really...
Yeah.
Doesn't really count, does it? I mean, anything that you're comparing to the Wii U is probably, it's not.
Yeah.
Really. But then, and also the SNES and the GameCube, those are from 20 to 30 years ago. The market for games was just much smaller at that time. Like there are just more games for more people.
Yeah.
I mean, on the SNES, it's like all platformers. If you don't like platformers, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're not buying a SNES if you don't like platformers.
Yeah.
GameCube equally. GameCube was more varied, but not that much more varied. It was still very limited by comparison with like games now. I mean, when you include like the indie market alone, that's got to have added an extra quarter to the population of gamers.
It is mad.
And
I think it makes sense that it's considered a flop in comparison with the stuff that's happening now.
I think the Don Matrick era was very damaging for Xbox.
Yeah.
And just the word of mouth and everything, and how it looked, it was huge. How they tried to market it originally, how it had to come with Kinect to start with.
Oh man, I remember that E3. Jeez.
You know, it was a failure. The original Xbox One was an absolute failure. And then the Phil Spencer era started, and we got the Xbox One S and we got the Xbox One X, and we were like, oh, actually, both of these systems are really good and really well priced for what they are. Okay, so the Xbox One X is now the most powerful out of everything that's on the market. Like, wipes the floor with PS4 Pro, and then the Xbox One S is so affordable.
Yep.
And even had a disc drive. You know, the days of disc drives not being there haven't started until now. So I think they did such a good job of correcting the image that they had, and at the end of the day, it's all about Game Pass, isn't it?
ACP is going to be along any second, but no. The one thing I would say is I can't remember if we spoke about this. I don't think we did, because I was watching it when we were on a little break for Christmas. I watched I don't know if you've seen the Xbox documentary on YouTube. I would highly recommend anyone watching that. It's so interesting, and they talk about that kind of stuff. They talk about how, like, when they first brought out the Xbox, like, there was just no one thought they were going to succeed, and they ended up selling more than the GameCube. They were talking about when they revealed the Xbox One, how literally there were people backstage being like, "We're toast. We've seriously screwed ourselves here." So yeah, it is great. I mean, I think the best thing about Xbox this generation, at least the Phil Spencer era, is he is a gamer. And I know that's such a like, oh, it's a game, like, but it does make a difference when like people like that go, I would like this because I like to play games that I get other people would like to play them. And it was the same with the Water in many ways. Like, he played games where I don't know, it feels like sort of maybe you have this fantastical image of Phil Spencer, but he does do a lot of good things, and he says a lot of the right things as well. So, but yeah, that was a tangent on the Xbox One being a colossal failure. But now we digress. Should we move on?
Yes.
Boys, let's talk about my favorite subject, Hitman, because Hitman had a YouTube video release of the day.
Pagan shit.
I'm gonna run through this because it does actually look really cool, and also there's something else to mention as well, which is Game Pass. I'm gonna get out there already, ACP. You're gonna know, but it is coming to Game Pass. Anyway, so they basically said they're gonna they're gonna add loads of new game content to Hitman 3. One of them is really, really cool, but I'll get to that in a little bit. The first thing they're going to add, though, is Hitman VR on PC coming January 20th, which is in 3 days as we were recording this. In 3 days as well, the Hitman Trilogy is coming to Game Pass on day one, which is insane. 3 games on Game Pass. As a trilogy, honestly, I must have put in over 100 hours in those 3 games, and I probably could have put in more. And then there's this really cool mode called Freelancer. It's a brand new single-player mode coming to Hitman 3 that introduces a roguelike element, strategic planning, and a customizable safe house. Where basically, they give you a choice to like pick different missions, and then it's kind of like a build-your-own adventure game in Hitman, using the levels that are already there. But then they have different targets and like different things are happening. I would definitely recommend. Like, it's hard to explain without seeing it, so go and watch the YouTube video, because I'm begging you, please. Anyway, new map also coming, nicknamed Rocky. Yes, Mass Effect Legacy is on Game Pass now, and I genuinely fought the urge to complete it again, because I spent 100 hours on it last year, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Either of you guys gonna play Hitman Trilogy?
Eventually, I will. It is on my list, and I've already played through Hitman 1, and I had a blast. I will get there eventually.
I am very tempted to recomplete it all. Like, just do it all
Say,
again.
I think it's probably only just now going to go on my list. I've been a little bit run down this week, so I've had some time to catch up on some games.
Yeah.
Catch up on some games I have. I still haven't caught up because there's still a whole bunch on my list, but I think I could put Hitman on there. I enjoyed it when I played with you.
Yeah, man, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Just seeing you go around doing the murders. And finally, last bit of news before we move on to games. Nintendo released a new trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and it looks good. It just looks really fun. I'm really genuinely excited. And what's even more exciting is it's coming out on March 23rd. It looks like when we first saw it, I wasn't really that sold in the whole like, oh, you're running around like, you know, this world that's maybe been run down. But like, it looked far more interesting when the new trailer released. Did either of you get a chance to see it?
No, but there's co-op now.
There is co-op. There is.
Ooh.
Player 2 is able to control a bandana waddle dee. I don't know what those words mean.
It's like a type of enemy.
Okay, there we go. So me and Rosie are going to play. I'm very excited. Going to play bandana. She's going to be the bandana waddle dee. Yeah, I just really was shocked at how well it looked. It looked really good. And on that, we're going to end and we're going to talk about games we've been playing.
Oh, wait. One more thing to add.
Oh, add!
Another thing that has come out this week is the last trailer for Pokemon.
Oh,
Legends
yeah, Legends Arceus.
Did you guys see it?
And that looks a lot better now as well.
I'm so conflicted about that game. So incredibly conflicted. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I'm going to wait for reviews.
Well, I've got it pre-ordered, so...
You know you're going to buy it.
You know you're going to buy it.
I haven't bought any of the Pokemon games since Let's Go. I bought Let's Go Pikachu, and then I didn't buy Sword and Shield, and I didn't buy Brilliant... Because, again, I'm not massively into Pokemon anyway, but, like, I thought I would want it, but I have not felt the urge to play it. And this isn't me saying I think it's bad. This, like, I think a lot of people are saying it's not Breath of the Wild Pokemon. It's more like Monster Hunter Pokemon. And I'm not a fan of Monster Hunter. Like, it just doesn't gel with me. Like, they're amazing games for people that love those. But not for me. And that kind of makes me even less likely to want to play it because I'm like, it doesn't click with me. So there's double clicking.
I'm put off by my ongoing open world fatigue. And with
that's true.
With that in mind, let me tell you about what I've been playing this week.
Yes. What have you been playing, Zach?
I just finished Horizon Zero Dawn after 5 years of it being out. I don't like it at all. I'm sorry, Dab. Dab's in the middle of playing it. I really don't. I just didn't enjoy it very much. I enjoyed the first few hours. I hate open worlds, man.
Yeah, you really do, don't you?
I hate walking around. Walking around is boring. And the combat is okay. The combat's okay. But it's like bullet sponge to the fucking max. In the last 2 hours of the game, I was playing on hard because I was like, it's not that hard of a game.
Yeah. Get some challenge.
In the last few hours, I was like, I'm bored. I want this to end. And I cranked it down to easy. And I just ran through it. And it's a shame. I think it's got good stuff going for it. We were talking last night about the voice acting is a bit flat. But
yes.
I also think that it's sort of to do with the writing. I think that they don't really give any of the characters any personality. Like, I don't know what Aloy is supposed to be. Is she supposed to be aggressive? Is she supposed to be cheeky? Is she supposed to be clever? Is she supposed to be... What is she? Like, honestly, I don't know anything about her, and I just spent 12 hours with her. It's a real shame, because I don't think that was necessary. And it looks beautiful. It's a 5-year-old game, and it looks really good. There's a lot of good stuff. Sort of.
Yeah. So I've started playing this. I'm about 6 hours in, and I have a lot of the same complaints. The faces are weird. The way they've mapped the lips of the voice actors onto the faces is so bizarre. Like, she'll talk, but her jaw won't move, so you'll only see the lips moving. And it has that really creepy, Mass Effect Andromeda effect, where like the lip, as she's smiling, doesn't matter what she's doing, and like the expression will change every 2 seconds as she's talking. So like, I'm angry now, I'm happy about that thing. Really weird, and it happens with every character you talk to.
All of them.
So odd, and like even just 6 hours in, like a character will enter the scenario and will die, and you'll feel absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, okay, cool, they're dead. Never mind, next one. And then you'll meet like the brother of the person who's just died, and he's like, oh yeah, no, that's my sister. You're like, oh, cool, it's so interconnected. Oh, move on. Okay, right, we're moving.
Yeah, they just
right.
don't do anything.
He doesn't care. Good. And but I love the world of it so far. Really love the world. I love there's so much potential. It's kind of like Star Wars, really. I hate most Star Wars films, but the world is just so interesting. Interesting. Yeah. I'm like, every film, I'm like, come on. Actually, I'm really enjoying A Book of Boba Fett at the moment.
Oh, is it good?
Enjoying it. I love the vibes of it, and the sort of like the pace of it is really nice.
Yeah.
It's got a lot to get through, but it's not rushing through it. So like, and it explains stuff in a nice way that you're not like, oh yeah, but I'm pretty sure Boba Fett died in episode whatever. And they're like, right, well, let's show you like 4 minutes of him like really struggling in that moment where he's supposed to have died and actually survives. And you see how he survives. And then like everything that shapes him after that, like loads happens, but it's done in a really nice way, with a nice pace. But Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm really enjoying it. But I literally have to look away from the screen every time there's a cutscene. I can't. It's that uncanny valley weird vibe. Yeah. I just can't look at it because I will start to hate it and throw my PS5 out the window.
So I probably enjoyed it. Well, no, I definitely enjoyed it way more than Zach, because Zach sounds like he hated it.
Well, see, the thing is, I did enjoy some of it.
You still completed it.
It's just that I just playing it last night, and I was just like, by that stage, I really was just trying to finish it.
No, yeah.
Real shame. That was a real shame. So I didn't completely hate it. There was stuff that I enjoyed, and I enjoyed the combat early on, and I quite liked some of the world building. I think Star Wars is a really good comparison, and so much as like the design is really nice and the world building's cool. It's just they didn't really like commit to the themes that they had. Yeah. Because there are also really great themes in there of like rebirth and motherhood and
honor,
power dynamics,
power dynamics as well,
and like how you treat certain groups of people are treated. They just don't really do enough with it. Sorry, Jonny, you tell us.
No, man,
it's good.
No. Actually, one thing I was going to say is one of the things I was going to say is that one of the first episodes we did, I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I remember saying at the time, someone might have to go back and listen to it, but like I think what I was saying was towards the end, I was like, I just wanted to, I kind of needed to end. It's it's one of those games where if the world wasn't so big, it does.
It's too big.
It is too big. It's a huge world, and it takes ages to get around as well. Like and it's weird as well because like there are lots of those what
higher places and
fast
travel
so you
packs.
can get fast travel, but it's not like as simple. You've got to go to them to fast travel, and you can't like
I think they updated stuff.
Oh, did they?
I've got the complete edition, so
right,
I can just highlight any fireplace that I've been to,
right,
and fast travel to it.
And
a fast travel pack's like really, really cheap to make, to craft or to buy. So yeah, because I remember hearing a lot of frustrations about the fast traveling when the game first came out. But it seems like they've really streamlined it.
That's
like
good.
I've never had less than 7 fast travel packs at my disposal at any one time. But yeah, like there is a lot of I'm gonna continue playing with it despite my hatred for those goddamn faces and the voice acting. Zach, the voice acting is just so bland. Like I couldn't care. I read the subtitles because I'm trying to block out their voices and faces. I really want to care, and I'm sure there is such an interesting world in there. But like, not just how they're saying it is rubbish, but the sound production is really bad. Like one character will be speaking at very high volume, and then Aloy will come in like whispering, and it's just like, what's going? What is there something here I'm not getting? Like, what is going on? But yeah, it's weird.
It's a shame as well because Ashley Birch, who does Aloy,
she's great.
She's phenomenal.
Voice actor, and I like her. She's in a bunch of stuff. I like she does one of the voices in Attack on Titan, which, as you know, is one of my favorite shows, and she's great in it.
Mythic Quest, she's great in that.
I feel like they maybe just didn't have a mission statement sort of solidified from the off. It doesn't feel like they knew what they were really aiming for
Yeah,
when
she
they
goes
start.
from being. I mean, the first 4 hours, you find this out. So sorry if there's any spoilers for the first 4 hours of Horizon, but like she goes from being this outcast who like no one will ever talk to being the next prophet, or like
Yeah.
have always been this prophet that was outcast, and it's just like, well, I feel like that's the game. You could have made that into 30 hours.
Yeah, you
Going from outcast to that.
the fun, interesting character development.
Yeah, and now you're this sort of this overpowered person who's got this thing in her ear, so it means that she can see the world in a different way. But realistically, if you gave that to anyone else, they'd be just as much of a prophet as you would be. Like, there's nothing actually special about her except that they found her next to this door under a mountain. Like, and I'm sure that I pray that pays off later on. But I'm sure it does.
There is more to come with that, but I do also agree with that as a statement. I think
like she's only a prophet because she happened to fall down some ruins and find this little earpiece and put it on.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
That is pretty true.
Fate.
I don't know. Yeah,
Fate.
She's a bit like Rey, I think, in the new Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, it's a lot of Star Wars happening here.
Yeah. A lot of Star Wars comparison. One thing I will say, I do think like it does. I don't know. I'm hoping that there's things that improve on the next game. I'm hoping that because I don't necessarily think it's a bad. I don't necessarily think it's a bad game. I think some games get bogged down because of just general fatigue for things as well. Like Zach was saying, like open world fatigue does make it harder when you've got a game which is just so big and there's so many things to do. And it's weird because it sounds like we're complaining, and I guess we are, but like in the same sense, it's like there is sometimes like too much choice when it comes to some, like in some open world spaces, like.
Yeah,
it's weird because Breath of the Wild. I'm always going to come back to that because it came out in the same year, and I remember like a lot of people saying
a month after.
Yeah, and like I remember a lot of people at the time being just like it's so much. I don't know, Zach, something you would say. You put like over 200 hours into Breath of the Wild, and that's like one of the biggest open world games. But I remember one thing you always say that you think it's fun to go move around in, which it is.
So much fun to move around. You notice in Breath of the Wild, you only have like. I want to say like 8 warp points.
Yeah.
And that's because you don't need to be right in the place. Comparatively, Horizon Zero Dawn has them everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't need to be in the precise place in Breath of the Wild because it puts you on the top of a tower.
Yeah.
And they give you a paraglider, and they give you shield surfing, and they give you climbing and interactive physics, which makes it so that you can get around.
It's so cool.
Horizon Zero Dawn gives you a boring horse that you have to manually go and sneak up on every time you want one, and it's rubbish and slow, and it doesn't help, and it's not even fun when you're on it. Riding a horse in Breath of the Wild is at least like fun, you know what I mean? Like it feels like you're riding a horse, and like, okay, I don't need the horse anymore, so I'll get on my paraglider. Fucking riding the horse in Horizon Zero Dawn is like you go like incrementally faster, and it's boring, and it's just not fun at all.
Yeah.
I really think if you have to fast travel as much as I did in Horizon Zero Dawn, something is wrong. I don't think that fast traveling is fundamentally wrong. I think it can work in that context. I just think that it's a bit of a crutch for open worlds.
And a lot of what you're saying ties into the other game I've been playing, which is the Spider-Man Remastered Dlc. Because I played through Spider-Man Remastered the week prior, Zach. And it's more of the same, but with a weaker story, which, the story was pretty much the only thing I was playing the Spider-Man game for, because I thought the combat was utter trash. And the traversal, you love the combat?
No, I don't love the combat.
Oh, yeah. It's just... anyway, I'm not going into that again.
No, yeah.
But there's 3 DLCs, and the first one's quite nice. It's like you're doing this heist with Black Cat. It's pretty cool. But this whole thing about, like, Hammerhead is the villain of the DLC, and it's like, I'm sorry, but I've just fought this villain, this Hammerhead. Are you joking?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Is this guy supposed to like worry me? Like some just guy with a big metal plate in his head. All right, sure, fine. We'll see how this goes. But I got to the 3rd DLC and I turned it down, like you said, about difficulty level. I turned it down to the easiest because I'm like, I was playing on the hardest, like you were. I was like, why am I doing this? I just want this to be done. Like, I'm not enjoying myself.
Have you finished it, Dev?
Yeah, finished all the DLC.
weird was the ending of the third one, where it just sort of like just ends.
Ends.
It just ends. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, and I haven't played Miles Morales. I only bought this because I bought the Miles Morales edition that came with this. And I obviously I went through this to play Miles Morales, but I'm hoping either Miles Morales or Spider-Man 2 that there is some kind of payoff to like the Silver Sable thing, because I feel like there was so much there we could have got from that character and that storyline, and we never quite got it. And like during the whole DLC, she's off in a civil war in her home country of Simcovia. Is that what it was called?
Yes, that rings a bell.
Something stupid. And I really hope that I want to visit Simcovia, because they're talking about the civil war where like they're taking out this dictator. I'm like, yeah, that sounds amazing. And I'm over here with some mafia don with a metal plate in his head. But yeah, we'll see. I'm upset.
I do tend to agree with you. I think like I definitely enjoyed Spider-Man more than I did enjoy it. I didn't mind the combat, but like I know you two weren't a fan. But with the DLC, I completely 100% agree. It just felt so like if I didn't pay for the DLC because I think I got like I got the collection with Miles Morales. Which had everything, so like I was very glad that I didn't. One thing I will say is that Miles Morales, the combat is slightly different, and I think a bit more fun.
He's got the electric abilities as well, isn't he?
Yeah, and that is cool. That does change it up a bit more in a more fun way.
But I'm also thinking back to Horizon. Actually, they've got the Frozen Wilds expansion.
Yeah,
and I'm wondering, I might even if I don't like Horizon, I've kind of got the vibe like, well, I own the expansion, I might as well, because I don't know, just Horizon Forbidden West is coming soon, and I'm not going to play it at launch, obviously, because I'll be burnt out with this Horizon game. But yeah, even if I don't like it, I think once you've played a game, and if you already own the expansion, and it's like a proper expansion with like story and stuff, it's kind of hard to say no. But we'll see. Well, Jonny, what have you been playing?
Well, I'm just going to wrap this up with a slight palate cleanser because I had a beautiful time finishing It Takes Two. That game is so much fun. Like, I genuinely like it. Like, I think I can't really say much more than last week. In that, like, it was lots of fun last week, and it continued being fun. And me and Rosie completed it like literally, I think it was Wednesday, so it was only like 2 days after I was speaking about it on here. But it's just a brilliant game. Just one of the best games I've ever played in a co-op situation. It's just one of the best games I've ever played. It has all of the things you kind of look for with Joseph Fares, like all of his games. It has heart. It's fun. It's silly. It tries to say something. It's just good. And the thing is, as well, is I'm not going to give away. I'm not going to give away anything really. I don't really want to talk about it. But like the ending was genuinely beautiful, and not. I don't really want to talk. Maybe I'll talk about it if you two beat it, or if one of you beats it, I'll talk about it with you. Just the way it ends is just one of those things where you're like, yeah, I like that. It doesn't have to do the things you expect games to do. I'm trying to be as vague as possible without giving anything away, but like, yeah, it's just and like the fact that like I always think the legacy of a good game or film or comic book or anything really, any kind of medium is, are you still thinking about it days after? And me and Rosie are still like talking about it now. You know, we still talk like, and it's been a week, so yeah, it's left an impact on us, and I would highly recommend anyone that like has someone they can play it with, just play it. It's just great. That's it. It's great.
Nice.
I understand why it won Game of the Year. I understand why it's won many awards.
I think it deserves Game of the Year.
Out of the list of the games that I played, I guess objectively it does the most interesting things. Of all I played pretty much the entire list as well. I mean, if I can,
Guardians of the Galaxy. That's probably the only one you didn't play, right?
Yeah, was that nominated for Game of the Year?
Yeah.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Shit, I forget about that. Yeah, I played Psychonauts 2. Oh no, I didn't play Ratchet and Clank, but I played Deathloop. I played Metroid Dread. It Takes Two.
Oh, sorry. I'm totally wrong. It didn't.
Resident Evil Village was on there as well, wasn't it? And
Yeah, Resident Evil, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Psychonauts 2, Metroid Dread, Deathloop, and It Takes Two.
Yeah, so I played it doesn't really count, but I played the demo for Resident Evil Village, and I was like, I'm probably not going to play this, but it still felt
Have you
good to
played
play.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart?
No, that's the one I haven't actually. That's the one I haven't actually played, and I will get it when it comes down in price. I'm just not paying 60 quid for that.
I found it for a sneaky good sale at some point over Christmas.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm doing that after Horizon.
That feels like a good palate cleanser actually to any open world game because it's just fun and silly and gorgeous to look at.
I'm probably going to stream it as well.
Yeah,
why
that's
not?
a good shout. That's it though. I'm probably going to move on to something new this week. I'm just trying to think what games I've got. Nothing really at the top of my head, but
I'm almost finished with the Halo multiplayer season pass. So once I do that, I'll be getting back onto the campaign. So hopefully we can talk about that soon as well.
Yeah, and I finish my course in 2 weeks. I finish it next Friday, so I'm gonna have more spare. I know, man. 4 months, crazy.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, hopefully, I'll have some more free time to play some multiplayer as well because I'm well up for that. Right, let's play. Actually, Carl, you asked a question ages and ages and ages ago, and we got swept away in the conversation. I haven't played a PC game on Game Pass before. Do you think the Hitman PC version of Game Pass will have the PC VR port enabled? So it's enabled on the PlayStation. So I imagine it should on the PC specifically.
Yeah, I've played a lot of PC games on Game Pass, and they actually allow mods
there we go.
for a few games. So I imagine that if they're that open about allowing you to mod the files of the games on Game Pass, then chances are they're probably going to be very open to you having VR versions.
You'd like to think so, considering they made a big thing about it being VR on the PC.
Yeah.
Right, let's play the quiz. So I was saying to the gents in the chat, I didn't really get. I made this quiz last year, so this is a remnant from 2021. But I actually wanted to make a quiz about 2021, so I'll do that for the next time we have two people. Hopefully next week, if not, probably the week after. But next week, I'm hoping to get a 2021 review quiz. That'll be fun. All right, question number 1, gents. Here we go. In 2009, a Japanese man made news for doing what? Jailed for continuously murdering his neighbor's avatar online. He legally married a video game character. He named his child after the Nintendo Wii.
Were they good?
Please feel free to leave your answers in chat.
That's to you, chat, not to us. Anyone in chat, just pop an answer down if you've got a guess.
Yes.
I've got my guess.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter. Murder named his child after the Nintendo Wii. Well, it's legally married a video game character.
Wow.
I genuinely, when I saw this, I was actually really funny. So, the man who prefers to use his online moniker Sal9000 met the character online while playing dating simulation game Love Plus and got married a few weeks ago. I don't know when this was written. Could be months ago. Could be years ago. Broadcasting their ceremony live on Japan's version of the video sharing website YouTube. I don't know why I paused there. I thought it was going to be Japan's version. Okay, yeah, Japan's version of video sharing website YouTube. I thought it was going to be like a Japanese video sharing website. When it came to YouTube, I was like, YouTube?
YouTube.
Is that how you say it? Is that how you pronounce it? Okay, question number 2. How many games are there in the Crash Bandicoot series? And these are only including the main series and for a bonus, well, not a bonus really, I'm going to chuck in the racing games as well. So no spin-offs or remakes, just the racing games and the main series. 9, 10, or 11, by the way.
What?
Ooh, okay.
That's so many. I was like 6 or something. Jeez. Oh.
Carl, one of those things definitely happened, by the way, and as you found out, because I've already said, it's someone married a video game character.
Mad. I've got my answer.
How many games are there?
9, 10, or 11.
9, 10, or 11. How many games are there in the Crash Bandicoot series, only including the main series and racing games? Specifically, what I'm trying to say is no spin-offs, because a lot of them like mobile games, and remakes as well. So the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy doesn't count.
Dude, and either of you ever played Crash Bash?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's like an arena 4-player fighter, like 3D Smash Bros. That's fun. Fun game, Crash Bash.
You hear it here first. Daf Gape, Crash Bash, fun.
Well, after 15 years, you heard it here first.
Okay.
I'm assuming it came out in like 2007. I don't know.
3, 2, 1, press enter.
9.
You both went 9. It's
No,
not
is it
9.
10?
It's not 10. It's 11. Do you want me to read through them? Do you want me to read them all?
I know there's obviously 1, 2, 3. There's the new 4.
Yeah.
And I knew there was a trilogy after 3. Maybe there must have been more then. And there were 2 racing games?
What's mad is that there's a gap between 2008 and 2020. So the games are Crash Bandicoot, Cortex Strikes Back, Warped, Crash Team Racing, The Wrath of Cortex, Crash Nitro Kart, Twin Sanity, which I think is one of the other ones, Crash Tag Team Racing, Crash of the Titans,
3.
and Mind of a Mutant. This is 11.
3 races.
Oh, and It's About Time as well.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 3. This is worst game in the best year. Which of these games has the lowest scores on Metacritic for the best years in gaming? 2016. Here we go. Weeping Doll. One sec, these are in the wrong order. I've just randomly assorted them in. So we've got, here we go. Dino Dini's Kickoff Revival. That sounds amazing. Ghostbusters. Soda Drinker Pro. And Weeping Doll. Sorry, I just have to resort these into alphabetical order. So, Dini's Kickoff Revival, Ghostbusters, Soda Drinker Pro, or Weeping Doll.
Oh my god. What are these games?
I know. Dino
Okay, I've
Dini's
got mine.
is now the game's the title of the podcast.
Worst rated game out of these 4 on Metacritic?
Yes, on Metacritic, which is the worst rated of those.
Weeping Doll,
Okay.
Ghostbusters, Dino
Surprised Ghostbusters
Dini's
on there.
Kickoff Revival,
It's the best title of a game ever. And
Or
Soda Drinker
Soda Drinker
Pro.
Pro.
Do you guys have answers?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, press enter.
Ghostbusters.
Dino Dini's.
Dino Dini's. Okay, so one of you is technically correct. And I'm going to give you a point. It is.
Did I spell it wrong?
No, you're wrong, actually. So in 4th place, fourth from worst, it's Weeping Doll. Then it's Dino. Oh my god, this is the word that this should lose purely in its name. Dino Dini's Kickoff Revival is 3rd from bottom with 31. And then, so Ghostbusters is 2nd from last, but it has a score of 30, and Soda Drinker Pro also has a score of 30, but it is lower. So I imagine it's a lower 30, but seeing as I only have the number 30, Dav gets a point. I can't not give him a point. What is the best-selling game from Uncharted? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? Zach Hamilton's favorite game.
I think I played all of those, didn't I? Or I played enough of them.
I completed 1 and 2.
I played 1 and 2, that's right. I played all of 1 and then most of 2, and then I just...
Yeah, you gave up. The thing is, I was so impressed that seeing how much you hated 1, you're like, I heard 2 is good.
Back for seconds.
The fact you went back for seconds is I appreciate that kind of...
The frustrating thing is that because I feel like I might have enjoyed 3 or 4. I feel like that's possible. I don't think I fundamentally hated the idea. I mean, it's Indiana Jones. You know what I mean? Like it's Indiana Jones. It's Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
those are all things I enjoy. I just didn't.
4 is my favorite. 4 is my favorite. So I am tempted to replay it because of the remake coming. Well, the re-release is coming out like the end of this month, I think. But I don't know.
Right, I've got my answer.
Anyway, 3, 2, 1, press enter. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Uncharted 4.
Zach.
I think you might be right, but I've said 2.
It is... Actually, I'm going to go from in reverse order. Number 1 sold 4 million. Number 2 sold 7 million. Number 3 sold 6 million. Number 4 sold 15 million. So Davy G gets another point.
See, because I thought everyone loved Uncharted 1 so much that they would then go out and buy Uncharted 2 the most.
Which is what they did.
And then
Uncharted 4.
And then 3 didn't sell as well as 2, which is weird because you'd think that would keep going because 2 is supposed to be better than 1.
Isn't it? I thought everyone thought 2 was bad.
No, it's basically in some, not everyone's eyes, but like
2
and
and
4 are supposed to be the good ones, and then 1 and 3 are supposed to be the less than good ones. But they're all kind of the same anyway. They're all kind of the same.
I do want to play Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy. I've just got Uncharted 3 in my way.
I just read a chapter of Uncharted 4 and how they made it in Jason Schreier's book.
Yeah.
And it was really, really intriguing how they pulled it all together, because that game sounded rough. Let's just say it sounded rough. Anyway, question number 5. Which game from this list of 4 did not come out in 2019? It's close, isn't it? That's close.
Yeah.
Anthem, Death Stranding, Far Cry 5, or Untitled Goose Game. Remember that game? Untitled Goose Game? I do.
Yeah.
What an absolute
Say them
banger it
again.
was. Anthem, Death Stranding, Far Cry 5, Untitled Goose Game.
I think I might be right this time. I feel like I remember playing one of these games.
Say them again.
Before 2019.
Anthem, Death Stranding, Far Cry 5, Untitled Goose Game. Which game from this list of 4 did not come out in 2019?
I really hope I'm right on this one.
Okay.
I don't know why. Doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters.
Yeah, it's important to me. This affects my day.
Okay, I've got a guess.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Press enter. Zach, what did you go with?
I said Untitled Goose Game, which I think came out in 2018.
And Daf Gape, what did you go with?
Far Cry 5.
So one of you is right.
I think Untitled Goose Game came out in 2020.
No.
Um, So Anthem came out in 2019.
Yeah.
Death Stranding also came out in 2019.
Uh-huh.
Far Cry also came out, but in 2018.
Hey!
Which means that Daf Gape gets the points. Untitled Goose came out in 2019. Oh!
Damn it.
Oh shit, I've forgotten the song. It's still really funny when it happens. Like, I've literally put on the spot now. I've got to try and remember the game. Okay, I'm just gonna play what I was gonna play anyway. Okay, you ready?
It's time for Play That Kazoo.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, we can hear
Cut
it.
out just at the end. Try again. Perfect.
Okay. That's all I get in. I need to know the game, the very specific game. I'm going to be harsh on this one, because it is getting harder to find songs that I remember the tunes to, as you found out moments ago.
I think this is right.
Would you like would you like another round of it? Oh.
Yes, that's because it's such a good tune.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Get your answers in.
Oh, I said Super Mario Bros. 3.
It's Super Mario Bros. 2 from Zach. The answer, ladies and gentlemen. And with his first points of the evening, it's Zach Hamilton and Super Mario Bros. 2. The funny thing is
I really said 3.
I
can picture like the weirdness of Doki Doki Panic, you know, like the picking up stuff. And
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah, it was one of those things as well. When I was doing it just now, I was genuinely concerned that I was singing the wrong thing. So I'm glad that you also recognized that it was from the second game. But yeah, 3-1 to Dav at the moment. We've still got some questions left though. What is the nickname for the orange ghost in Pac-Man? Is it Blinky, Clyde, Inky, or Pinky?
Fuck you. Damn it.
Got it.
Oh, I can't remember which one's a which.
Do you know what always makes me laugh in the chat? Is that ACP is like genuinely always cheering Zach on so openly against Dav.
He likes an underdog.
Dav's just like, what have I done? Sweet Jesus, what have I done? Become?
What have I done? Sweet Jesus, what have I done? Become a thief for the night, become a dog on the run.
You stagey boys.
Yeah, what is the nickname for the orange ghost in Pac-Man? Blinky, Clyde, Inky, or Pinky?
Got an answer.
Okay.
I've got an answer.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter.
It's Clyde.
It is Clyde! It is Clyde. Okay, does anyone know what color Blinky is?
Red.
Inky,
Blue.
Blue.
pinky.
Pink.
No, it's blue. No, it is pink, obviously. Okay, don't quote me on it. Which video game does this famous quote come from? Oh my god, I haven't actually highlighted which one it is. Give me a second. I haven't looked at these since 20...
Oh, what is that game? What is that
It's
game?
a weird quote, man.
I haven't highlighted it. Give me a second. Bully?
No, I do you know what? Do you know what? I think I got it. I think I got it. All right, here we go. All right. A hero need not speak. When he is gone, the world will speak for him. Is it Destiny 2, Halo 3, or Titanfall 2? A hero need not speak. When he is gone, the world will speak for him.
Literally be any of those games.
Destiny 2, Halo 3, or Titanfall 2. They are.
Two of them are developed by the same people.
Yeah.
I've got an answer.
They are essentially the same game. But which one? Which one? The
Ondor says Untitled Goose Game.
It is Untitled Goose Game. It would make sense.
That'd be an amazing quote.
It would be an amazing
the game
quote.
ends with
And here did not speak.
I want a mod where it just Jonny, I think you probably are perfectly capable of remodding that at this stage.
Do you know what? That's my next thing. It's my next thing I gotta do.
Please.
I think I'm gonna have to. Do you guys have answers?
Yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter.
Halo 3.
Zach?
Titanfall 2. I'm pretty sure it's not Halo 3.
Well, you are pretty surely wrong. It is Halo 3.
Halo 3? When did they say that? I've played that game for thousands of hours. I've never once heard that line. Who says it?
It's Skaterboy69 in the chat in the multiplayer.
Let me tell you.
Well, that's not fair.
Halo 3. I don't know.
I'm assuming it's Cortana.
I have no idea who says it.
Master Chief's like floating through space.
Maybe
it's right at the beginning.
It is from Halo 3, though. A hero need not speak. When he leaves, the world will speak for him, or something along those lines. I don't know what the fuck is the quote. There we go. It's Halo 3. Question number 9. How many buttons can you press on the N64 controller? Not including the stick, but including the D-pad. I'm not going to give you any options.
Say that again.
How many buttons can you press on the N64 controller? Not including the stick, but including the D-pad. Okay, so the stick doesn't count, but the D-pad does.
How many does the D-pad count as?
Let me just double check. The D-pad, I'll give you, each one is a different button.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. I think I might have miscounted, but I can't bear to try and figure it out again. You're right.
I think this might be the one where Zach just quits when he gets the N64 question wrong. Right, I'm gonna find out who said that bloody Halo quote, because it is Halo, and I don't know who said it. Yeah.
Do they exist?
Okay, maybe it was Halo anyway. Yeah, how many buttons can you press in the N64 controller? Not including the stick, but including the D-pad, and each one of the D-pad is a single
Really
button.
good question.
Okay, I've got an answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought it was as well.
That's a good question.
All right, do you have answers?
Ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter. What are you going with?
14.
You both went with 14. And
I'm okay with us getting the same answer. That's fine.
Okay. Daf Gape, can you run me through what you think is the right amount of buttons and which buttons you have?
Up, down, left, right.
Yep.
C, up, C, down, C, left, C, right.
Yeah.
A,
Yep.
B,
Yep.
L,
Yep.
R, and
Yep.
Z. And start pause button.
I was going to say, yes, there is 14 buttons. I was kind of hoping no one would get start.
Yeah,
See if
that
that threw you off.
was
That's
the
the
one to
cheeky
miss. Easy one to miss.
Cheeky one. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, you both got that right, by the way.
Yeah, boy.
Finally, we've got the Wheel of Misfortune. Let's see what question we get here. Here we go. It is a Jonny question.
Oh, no.
Who's ready for a Zelda question?
Yeah, right.
Circling above, I wasn't joking. Circling above the ground in Skyloft, in his pedal-powered flying shop, is which character who was featured in a previous Zelda title? Is it Beetle, the Happy Mask Salesman, or Tingle, everyone's favorite? Tingle? What is Tingle?
He's a fairy.
He is a fairy. Everyone's favorite fairy.
I mean, no, is he a fairy?
I think he wants to be a fairy.
He's got a little nose, isn't he? Little thin
Yeah.
nose.
Well, I think he's just a 35-year-old Hylian
Oh, is he really?
who says he's a fairy.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
he-
sure he goes around being like he's a fairy, but he's not really.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Which one of those three? Beetle, the Happy Mask Salesman, or Tingle?
Which game is this, by the way? Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword, yeah. I would really love it if they brought out like a really gritty version of Tingle. Like,
Dude, you remember that Tingle game? Dude, you don't know the
on the
Tingle game?
Wii. It
Oh,
was one on
yeah.
the Wii, wasn't
It's
there?
on,
I think it was the
That was on the
3DS.
Yeah. Yeah, it was called like.
Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land.
Wow.
Dude, we need to stream that or
I
something.
think you found your next game.
Yeah.
Answer. Do you have one?
Yes.
I have an answer for
Cool.
this.
3, 2, 1, press enter.
Tingle.
Zach?
Beetle.
The answer is Beetle. It is Beetle.
Yeah.
However,
I thought Beetle before you said the options, but then I could just picture Tingle like pedaling around on something.
yeah, it was Beetle. And then what's really mean of Beetle is if you don't buy something from his shop, he literally drops you out of a trapdoor, so you fall to the ground. What a
Whoa.
dick. It doesn't do anything to the scores really, other than give Zach a little ego boost.
Yeah, a
Because,
little bit less of a sad
because
loss.
Daf Gape has won 6-4.
6-4.
6-4. That is it. That is the end of the quiz. So it's the end of the podcast. Number 82. Thanks, everyone.
Absolutely rigged.
You're rigged. ACP is fuming. We are going to do some rating, aren't we, Dav?
Yeah, I'm
So
on it.
whilst Dav is on it, I'm going to let Zach say goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, yeah, we are going to...
On behalf of Zach, thank you,
Bye
everyone.
there.
for
What I
coming
really
by.
enjoyed is that Zach was waving. And so if you were listening to the podcast, you wouldn't see that for the first 5 seconds.
You just get silence followed by goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. No, but yeah, we are going to go. So thank you, everyone, for listening.
Applatas.
And
Applatas says it's not Halo.
it is
If it's
Halo.
not Halo.
It is
let us
Halo.
know in the Discord.
It is
I wanna,
Halo.
I want to know if it's not Halo.
I've just checked. It is Halo, but it was for an advertisement apparently for Halo 3. There we go.
Hundreds of hours into that game, but Quentin, that Task QC has put thousands of hours into that game. It may well be right.
Zach is fuming.
Good.
He did.
Anyway, that's the end. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
We'll see you next week.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.